¡Una peluquera, maldita! Sí, disfruté de la cárcel, pero ahora estoy libre. Pero no puedo ver a mi hija gracias a ti. Te odio con todas mis fuerzas. No más, que yo te odio mucho más de lo que tú me odias a mí, maldita peluquera.
I didn't know what the story was behind the song, but I was mesmerized by these assertions just spewed out without reservation. And I think that's at the heart of dance and at Vogue, of just letting it all out unapologetically. And the melding of voguing and the fusion of both the real to almost like an AI quality to it was incredibly cool. I loved the technique with those like club like lights and the melting into one another as if they're this united force, dance force, was brilliant.
Obviously, some sort of tribute to somebody from the Vogue style dancing of the 80s with a more modern take on it. The voiceover was not familiar to me, but it sounds like an actress. The computer generated images, the pixelation, that was fun. And the color, there was some violet color that was gorgeous. The images almost made it look like they were wearing chainmail costumes, and layering the dancers was really interesting. And I liked the rhythmic soundtrack. It just brought it all together, and the choreography was good as well. Just exciting.
This is a very experimental take on this dance number here, so to speak. It seems like it's a music video of this house music. Seems like it could be played at a rave. You're hearing this woman in the background essentially insult and yell at her hairdresser, and you're seeing all of these different versions of this male meets feminine aura dancing within this space. And you're having all of these bodies dance and play and intertwine and mingle in this black and even white atmosphere. And it's even the bodies are at times abstract and abnormal. And so you can tell that within this world of experimental animation, it's also, I think of where someone tends to disassociate when there's someone who is dealing with a customer service and dealing with this, so to speak, interaction with someone who's upset and angry, and this person just kind of taking on the heat. It seems like there's that type of experience going on, and this is what is essentially expressed through not only the emotion and the tone of the dialogue of the narration, but also in the sense of dance and disparity.
This is quite appealing, this visual technique. I really enjoyed it. It was constantly engaging. I liked their costumes as well. The posing that they sometimes did, as if posing for a photo, and the music, of course. I found this very original and also somehow disturbing with the screaming. I loved it, but it was kind of out there, very strong, very loud. And in contrast with the images that I thought were more sensitive, more sensual.
Looks like it was a mixture of animation and dance with live action, which is definitely something different to do. The yelling over the beats is a little distracting, especially with the dancing. I'm gonna guess somebody was cheating and it's a couple fighting. It was definitely well choreographed, if that's the case. It makes sense, the blurred lines and stuff between everything, and maybe that's what it was thing, is that there's blurred lines when couples fight, because that's exactly what it sounded like. It was just really, really strange.
Utterly strange. Fascinating images that kind of coalesce and break apart in amazing patterns. Always surprising you with something new and kind of keeping your eyes glued to the screen. And it's kind of played over with this quite kind of aggressive dialogue that keeps the whole thing. It kind of gives it a sense of an unease and a sharpness that makes it all the more intriguing and all the more memorable.
You have this Vogue dance experimental to house music. It's accompanied by a very angry VO, and the anger seems to be directed to a hairdresser, and there's a lot of hate described here. The VO doesn't seem to match the joyfulness of the dance and the joyfulness of the music, so it's interesting that they would be together in the way that they sort of clash, which I'm sure is purposeful.